let's go ahead and turn on the light. I wanted to show you, and I won't be able to show you too much of this, but I wanted to show you my prism blankets. This is a Purl Soho pattern. Let's see if I can, okay, this is the wrong side. That's towards me, so that means I'm showing you the right side. Okay, so I can't see, but oh, can you see it? I can't see right now, but it's coming together. It's got almost 3 columns, and it's, you know, keeping me warm as I knit now. I can just wrap myself up in this while I'm knitting on it. So I figured this week you guys can help me concentrate on finishing this, because I'm supposed to have it ready for my dad's birthday, which is on May 1st, and that means we only have 15 days. How many days are in April? Is there an April 30th, April 31st? Is that a date? 15, 16 days? I think I could do it. I think I could do it. So obviously this vlog won't be 16 or 15 days long, but I want to try and finish it this next week. I don't know if I don't know if I can, but I have so I have the rest of this triangle that I'm currently working on. Then I have the 2 squares that need to go on top of these, and then I have 1 more column. So it's like a 5 by 4. No, yes, that is right. 5 squares by 4 squares, I believe. I want to work on this a little bit. I think I'm gonna put on some vlogs to watch, and I'm gonna knit on this, and I'm gonna try to get a good angle for you guys. It's so hard, I feel like, but I'm gonna get my tripod instead of the one that this like it's on currently on a really tiny little tripod. I'm gonna get my bigger tripod and put the camera on that and get a little bit of me knitting on it, hopefully from an angle where you can actually see a little bit more what I'm doing. Not that I'm like trying to do a tutorial or anything, but like when I've tried to vlog before and show my knitting, it's like you just see my hands moving. You don't really see like what I see when I'm looking down at my knitting. So I was thinking if I can I'm gonna try to get a better angle, or like a little bit closer up maybe. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to do, but I'm gonna try. Because I feel like when I watch like knitting vlogs, I feel like other people have mastered the art of being able to like show their knitting where it's not just like hands moving. But I'm gonna get you guys set up so you can watch me knit for a bit and hopefully we'll make some progress today on this blankie. I don't know why I just said blankie. It is 4:50. I haven't even finished. I was watching Handmade with Kay. I was watching a vlog of Kay's, and I haven't even finished it. And I already, let me show you, already finished. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. I finished the triangle. So, I mean, I didn't have that much left to go, but I finished it. So we're on to the 4th square in this column. Very exciting. Anyways, so I'm done with that square. I'm feeling the need to do just a little bit of a tidy. My house is a disaster right now. I probably won't show you much of my surroundings until it's a little bit cleaner. But I was thinking if I just clean up this general area, I spend a lot of time on this couch, so if I clean up this general area, I might feel a little bit better. I'm starting to feel like there's just things everywhere, and I like can't, I just feel like I don't have space. I think I'm gonna spend just a little bit of time cleaning up, and then I will get back to knitting. And then I was thinking, maybe a little bit later today. Well, it's already kind of getting late-ish for me. I'm already starting to think like, when should I get into bed? I'm just really tired because I'm not feeling well. So I was like, honestly, maybe today I'll just knit, but I kind of want to do like a little bit of writing, but I'm like, I just feel kind of stuffed up and icky. So I'm like, maybe I'll just knit. Like, I feel like honestly, a lot of the times all I want to do is knit, but I'm like, no, I need to like do something like more productive. And I'm like, maybe knitting is the most productive thing. Like, and if I just want to be knitting, maybe that's what I should just be doing. Feeling very stuffed up. I think I might make myself some tea too after I clean up a little bit, but I just feel like I need to clean a little bit. I need to move around a little bit. So I'm gonna go do that. I probably won't vlog any of it just because I don't want you guys to see the mess, honestly. Like, it's embarrassing a little bit. So I'll be back to continue to knit later. So it's April 17th, it's Monday, it's almost 7 o'clock, it's like 6:40 in the evening. I had my first day back at work after taking a week off. I was expecting it to be chaotic and messy. It ended up not being too bad. Of course, I was working on the blanket because I am determined to have this finished by May 1st. I want it done, and I've never made a blanket before. I don't know if I'm assuming you want to block them so the yarn blooms, but because this is wool, but I don't know how to block a blanket. Like I'm like, how am I gonna get it all wet and then like find a place big enough for it to like dry? So I'm gonna have to look that up. If you have any suggestions, obviously you're more than welcome to leave them in the comments. But last night, I don't think I showed you guys. I showed you guys I think a couple clips. I watched the Love is Blind reunion. That was a shit show. And I was knitting on, I think I was knitting on this triangle right here. So I did finish that. Actually, I think I was like one row away from finishing it last night, and I was like, I'm not gonna keep going because I didn't want to like mess it up when I'm tired, you know? I did finish this triangle this morning before work, and I started this triangle, this next one, I started that before work. So I probably did, I don't know, like the last row of this color and probably, I don't know, a few rows of this one before work started, and then I hopped on to work and pretty much immediately hopped into like back-to-back longer meetings, and I'm actually surprised I didn't do more knitting, honestly. But this is the base of the triangle, so the rows are getting shorter each time. So I've done the bulk of it probably. So I did get a lot of knitting done during work hours today just because of the meetings. So that's where I've gotten I'm hoping to finish up this square today. I'm gonna knit, obviously, quite a bit tonight. So I wrote 1,293 words. That was really exciting. So I decided I wanted to do some laundry because I was running out of clean clothes. And once I started that, I just was getting inspired because I put on my playlist for Project Amethyst, and just listening to the songs got me thinking about my story. So I decided to do some writing. Hair in my mouth. I finished up the chapter that I was on. I'm on chapter 27, which doesn't really mean anything at this point in time, but let's actually check my outline. Sorry, I just realized that my dryer is going like in the room right next to this one, so you could probably still hear it, so I apologize if the sound isn't great for this clip, but first of all, I also realized that I can annotate in Scrivener. I figured that there was a way to do that because, like, why would they not have that ability? But I didn't know how to do it, and I never really looked into learning how to do it, and I had to go back and reread some of the previous chapters to write this chapter, and I was like, oh, I need to annotate. There was something I read and I was like, I need to annotate because, like, right here I need to make a note and I need it to be like right here. So when I go back to edit this, like, I will have that right there. And so I was like, there's gotta be a way to annotate in Scrivener. Like, there just has to be that functionality. So I looked it up, found out how to do that, and we annotated a little bit as I was just going through the previous couple of chapters. I just made a few notes and I'm so excited. This has me excited to edit because I was thinking that for some reason I just didn't ever think to look to see how to annotate things in Scrivener. And so I was like, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Scrivener is like a, it's like Microsoft Word, but like specifically for writers. There's like, plenty of, I'm sure there's a ton of other programs that are kind of a similar thing, right? But Scrivener is the one that I use. I am just absolutely thrilled right now because I think one of my biggest things previously was like I knew I wanted to go through and like reread and make notes as I went, but I like being able to like get like point to this line and be like, this line, I need something different here, and I just never had a way to do that without printing it out or like moving it to, I didn't want to like copy and paste or like export the whole thing to like some other thing like Google Docs or Microsoft Word or something. And so I don't have to do that. I can make annotations in Scrivener. I feel like this is such a stupid thing because I should have like known that I could do this and I should have figured it out sooner, but I'm so excited to edit. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should start editing a different project and get started on a second draft, but we need to finish. We need to finish this first draft of Project Amethyst. I was gonna look at my outline to see where in the outline, because saying chapter 27 isn't helpful, but I'm about to do the beat, I guess, that is the push into Act 2. That's the next thing that I have to write. There might be a scene or two before that I may need to do, but I think I'm gonna be, this next chapter that I'm gonna be writing is the push into Act 2 point in the book. So, that's so exciting. We have I think we've officially, so I just realized, I'm like, the scene that I wrote, I'm like, was that important? I feel like that scene that I just wrote might not have been. I feel like it needs something to make it a tad bit more important. It felt like it cleaned up some things, and it's a nice buffer between the previous chapter and the one I'm gonna write next, so I think I need it, but I think it needs to pack a little bit more of a punch, but we'll come back to that. I was just realizing that. I was like, did that scene accomplish anything? Like, I think it did. I think it was necessary, but I think it just needs a little bit more. But we're gonna come back to that because I'm not sure what more it needs yet. Starting Act 2 in this next chapter. I don't think I'm gonna write that today. Probably sometime this week though, so that's exciting. I finished Act 1 of my novel. I feel like when I was writing Project Onyx, which is a different project, it's a completely different series, completely different world, different characters, all of that. When I was writing the first draft for that, I didn't really have an outline for it, so I didn't really know like where was Act 1 ending and where does Act 2 begin and what beats were where. I was just kind of, you know, just following the story. But this one, since I actually have it written out, like I have an outline written out and everything, it's so cool too because I was literally like, oh, I don't think I'm going to write today because I don't want to put any like pressure on myself, and then it just naturally happened. I just got inspired and I was like, let's do this. So that's exciting. But it is after 9. It is almost 9:30, so I'm gonna shower. Yeah, I think I need a shower. I'm like, when did I shower this morning? I don't think so. I need a shower, and I'll probably watch something, some TV show or another, and do a little bit of knitting. Hello, I'm here to update you on knitting and writing related things. It is Tuesday, April 18th. It is 3 minutes to 6 o'clock. I just got back from my parents' house like maybe 20 minutes ago or so. I did have some meetings today during my work day, so I did do a little bit of knitting, which was really nice. And last night, I'm happy to say, I pretty much finished the triangle that I was working on for my prism blanket. I didn't do the very last couple of rows because it was like midnight, it was past midnight, and I was like, I don't want to fuck this up, so I'm gonna wait, and I'm going to do that in the morning. So I did that in the morning. So I also had some time before work today where I was just doing some knitting. I did not wake up at 7 like I was intending. I keep putting it like in my head that even if I stay up until midnight, that I can still wake up at 7, and I don't know why, but I cannot get up at 7 when I've stayed up until midnight. Okay, so this project bag used to be the one that I put my blanket in, but it's too big now. So that's just holding all of the extra skeins that I'm not currently using. And then I have this bag. I have this bag that my mom sewed for me like years and years and years ago. I feel like this is the perfect size. Perfect size for a blanket. It's pretty big, right? And it was funny because I was looking on Etsy for a big like project bag like this, and I couldn't find any that were like that big looking. I don't know if I just am not looking in the right places, but I like couldn't find any that were as big as I wanted them to be. And then I realized, I was like, well, I'm not going on a road trip right now, so I can use this. And it has like a lot of cool pockets, so you could like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a nice project bag. So I'm almost like, Mom, I might need you to make me another one of these. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys where I'm at because it's very exciting. So I keep like getting distracted and going on rants, but okay, so this is like, I guess like technically the top of the blanket right here. So as you can see, it's my face popping through the blanket. I'm on the last square for the 3rd column. So then we just have one more column to do and I'm done with this blanket. This is the one right here that I was working on yesterday, that I pretty much finished yesterday night. Yesterday night. Yeah, wow, sorry. That I finished last night, and then this morning and into the workday I was able to do this right here. The reason I was going so slow on it earlier was really just because I was knitting on multiple things, but I am now knitting monogamously on this blanket, which has been kind of nice. I would just like to finish it. Don't get me wrong. I am in love with knitting this blanket. I want to knit it again at some point. Maybe even doing like like, I don't know if you could do, I feel like you could do a scrappy version because I'm on the third, like I'm almost done with the third column and just now getting into the other skeins, like the second skeins that I have. So I feel like if I had like 1 or 2 skeins left over from a project, like I could like save those, and then you know, once I get enough colors that like go together. Sorry, it's also getting really dark. But I could have all these, like, you know, I could be like, oh, these two, you know. So I'm gonna keep, this is I'm pretty sure DK weight yarn that I'm using, so I'm going to just kind of keep an eye on like DK weight leftover skeins that I have and kind of just start maybe saving them for a scrappy blanket. So I just wrote like 600 words and then kind of just stopped and got distracted. I think I think it's time to knit, do a little knitting, and just kind of chill. So at least I got 600 words. I got like part of a scene written that was realizing very quickly. I'm like, I don't know what all is supposed to happen in this scene, and I know it's an important scene, so I'm like, but I think I'm gonna let myself kind of sit on it, ruminate about it. I made a couple of notes about things that that could happen, and I'm gonna kind of let those ideas simmer a little bit. Lena, can you please sit down? I love my dog. Okay, so excuse the hair. I'm really warm. I just got done, so I made dinner, like you guys saw me cutting up some stuff, and I think I showed you the finished bowl of soup. It's like a ancho chicken soup is what they called the recipe. I think it was a Green Chef recipe. It was really easy. Anyways, I don't think any more. Did I do writing yesterday? I think I only did those 600 words. I just couldn't get back into a spot yesterday to get writing again. I don't know if I'm gonna write today, honestly. I'm really feeling, I was just really tired this whole day. Like, work was tough today. I am on the last triangle for the last square of the third column of my blanket. So this is it right here. So I'm gonna try and finish this tonight. I'm just gonna watch some TV, knit on this for honestly probably the rest of the night, and then maybe start the fourth and last column. I'm just going to update you guys and end off this vlog. Unfortunately, I had to rip back my progress on my last little triangle. I am only a few rows in now, unfortunately. So I don't really know what happened. I just got to one of the last few rows for the triangle and realized I had an even number of stitches, and you're always supposed to have an odd number of stitches. And I didn't know where I had made the mistake. And when I was trying to rip back, I kept messing up. So I just ripped out the whole thing and started over because I knew how to pick up the stitches correctly for where you join the new color for a square. But I was like picking them up wrong everywhere else. So I was like, we're just gonna start over. We're just gonna start over. Now my eye is all red because I had like all these eyelashes needing to come off. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. I will be trying to start a new vlog in the next couple of days so that you guys can hang out with me for a little bit while I finish my prism blanket, while I knit on that, finish it up. And also I think that I am really close to hitting 50,000 words in my writing whip, so in Project Amethyst. So I will be hopefully hitting that in the next vlog. So make sure that if you enjoyed this vlog and you want to see more writing and knitting combination vlogs, then make sure to like this video, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe. And for those of you, I should have addressed this sooner, for those of you who are waiting for my next knitting podcast, it will be coming soon. Maybe next weekend when I will film it, I'm not sure. I just feel like I haven't made like a ton of progress on my knitted stuff, so like I just didn't want a repetitive episode, but I think next week I will film another knitting podcast. So if you enjoy those and that's why you subscribe to my channel, don't worry, there will be another one. I'm not doing those. I just decided I wanted to try out vlogging again. So that's it for this vlog. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are having an amazing time with your knitting projects, your writing projects, whatever creative project you're doing. I hope you're having a great time with it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!
Alright, this is a song that I wrote about falling too fast, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
I don't wanna lose my grounding, so you catch me not responding, and I press my lips together so you don't find any answer.